This is the X-Zone Broadcast Network, broadcasting worldwide on broadcast affiliates and satellite program providers, including CNN Broadcast Network, Sirius Satellite Network, Star Media, Good News Radio Network, Angel Broadcast Network, Wiki Broadcast Network, and WPBN TV. For more information on the X-Zone Broadcast Network, visit us at www.xzbn.net.
All Hit Radio.
Welcome to the X-Zone, a place where fact is fiction and fiction is reality. Now, here's your host, Rob McConnell.
And welcome back, everyone. This is the X-Zone. My name is Rob McConnell. We're coming to you from our broadcast center in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, and around the world on the X-Zone Broadcast Network and our family of broadcast affiliates and satellite program distributors. My guest this hour is Rick Stack. We've had the pleasure of having Rick on the show before. He's the former student of Jane Roberts, attended over 100 Seth sessions. He is the publisher and the editor of the Seth audio collection, the early sessions, book 1 through 9 of the Seth material, and the personal sessions and other books by Jane Roberts. The author of Out of Body Adventures, 30 Days to the Most Exciting Experience of Your Life. He has been teaching workshops on the Seth material, dreams, out-of-body experiences, and metaphysics internationally for 35 years. He worked with Jane's husband on the publication of previously unpublished Seth material. Now, Rick has been on the faculty of many schools throughout the United States and has appeared on numerous radio and television shows. His projects include being on the board of advisors for the World Peace Festival Berlin and a global outreach program to educate and introduce people to the Seth material. By the way, that website is www.sethlearningcenter.org. He's also the president and executive producer of the New York Dinner Theater, a theatrical production company operating in the Northeast U.S. for 18 years. He's also the president of the New Ascension Network. He lives in Manhasset, Long Island, and joining us now is Rick Stack. And Rick, welcome back to the X-Zone. Great having you with us.
Well, thank you very much. Glad to be here.
Rick, just for the listeners who may not have had the opportunity of hearing you speak when you were on the show talking about the Seth material, can you tell them what it is?
Sure. Seth is a non-physical teacher that spoke through the late author Jane Roberts while she was in the trance state. His books have sold over 7 million copies.
Wow.
And he has actually, and they've been translated in over 11 languages, and many people attribute the Seth material as being the material that literally launched the New Age movement. And his concepts, for example, Seth is the one who coined the phrase, "You create your reality." Mm. And that concept has now actually gone into, I'm not going to say mainstream, but I will say that it's gone into many authors, teachers that, for example, speak about the law of attraction, etc. Attribute Seth as one of the people that literally launched the New Age movement.
Wow. Where did your interest in out-of-body experiences, the metaphysics, and other topics that you and I have discussed in the past come from?
Well, for whatever reason, when I was younger, at 16 years old, whatever, I had an insatiable thirst for trying to understand why I existed. And I was not satisfied with the explanations that I was getting from conventional religion or from science. And so I began a period of study, and I studied quite a bit of different things at that time. I mean, from the origins of religions, the Eleusinian mysteries, Gnosticism, yoga, Kundalini yoga, you name it, I studied it, and I was just trying to understand, really. And when I found the Seth material at that time, there was really only one book out. and I was just blown away. It was the best stuff I had ever seen, and a breath of fresh air. And a lot of people feel that way who are Seth readers. And then from that point forward, I became very involved with the Seth material. But even prior to that, in my studies, I became very involved with dreaming and lucid dreaming. And as some of your listeners probably know, a lucid dream is a dream in which you realize that you're dreaming, and that you could then begin to manipulate the dream state. And this is an ancient science, that can be found in Tibetan Buddhists, for example, practice lucid dreaming, among other cultures.
Tell me, Rick, with all the studying and the research and the quest that you've been on all these years, have you come to the point where you actually know the answer to your question? Why are we here?
Okay, so that question can't be answered in English. You can't answer. Many people have tried to answer that question, but the bottom line is, if I were to say to you that I feel that I've had moments of enlightenment in my life, and that this is because of my studies, and that everybody has moments of enlightenment in their lives, and I said to you that the universe is really a good place, and that what you really are is good, and that actually you create your reality, and that actually there's a bigger picture, and that actually you're going to survive death. I could say all of these things, and they're just words. So I'm getting a little feedback here.
Yeah, what we're doing is we're just queuing up. We have to go to our commercial break, Rick, so please stand by.
Oh, okay.
Exxon Nation, Rick Stack is our special guest. We're going to be talking about the secret to healing cancer on the other side of this commercial break in 2 minutes as we continue. That's right. We've got a cliffhanger here, my friend. Rick Stack is his name. We'll be back. Don't go away. Modern Esoteric, Beyond Our Senses by Brad Olson, consummates the lifology story about where humanity originates. It is the lost continents, the primitive wisdom, the mythos of creation, and the rethinking of ancient history as we are taught in academia. There is much more to the story than what we have been told. As this is the first book in the Esoteric series, Modern Esoteric starts at the beginning of time and accelerates up to this modern age. Future Esoteric is book 2 in the series and takes a forward-looking position ahead of today with an open and honest examination of the ET issue and various unexplained phenomena. To discover the writings of author Brad Olson, visit www.bradolson.com. That's www.bradolson.com. Named one of the world's greatest psychics, Elizabeth Joyce is now giving readings worldwide via Skype. Elizabeth Joyce is recognized for her clairvoyant ability to help find missing persons, her analysis of dreams, past life regression work, mediumship, and her accurate predictions. Elizabeth has been a frequent guest on the X-Zone radio show with yours truly, Rob McConnell, now for several years. For an appointment with Elizabeth Joyce, call 201-934-8986 or Skype at elizabeth.joyce. And for more information, you can always visit Elizabeth Joyce online at www.new-visions.com.
Do you have a dis-ease that you would like to alleviate through a natural means? Have you been contacted by angels, ghosts, or even extraterrestrials and want to validate these experiences? Or would you simply like to speak with someone who can help you find your life's purpose? I'm Dr. Joseph Mara, and I'm offering my services free of charge for first-time clients contacting me during the month of April. These free consultations include angel card readings, guided meditations, life coaching, and energy healing. If you have always wanted to explore these types of experiences but were skeptical or simply could not afford them, then take advantage of this free special offer. Contact me through my website, a guiding light spelled LITE.com to schedule your consultation today. Until then, I offer you love, light, and laughter.
Welcome back, everyone. Rick Stack is my special guest. He is the publisher of The Secret to Healing Cancer and the Seth Material. www.sethcenter.com is the website. And all right, you know, you and I were joking around during the commercial break that maybe we should just go on to a completely different topic and leave everybody hanging. But you said no, you don't want to do that because you're the nice guy around here. So go ahead. Let's finish off.
All right. So, I know, as in many systems, the Seth Material is really about spiritual enlightenment, although he only uses that word once or twice. He really talks about this growth, this stepping out of the old framework of what he calls the official line of consciousness, where you don't believe in your power, or you're taught that you don't create your own reality. You're taught that you don't have that you're not really worthy, and that you're taught that the universe is unsafe, and that you don't really have power to manipulate it. Where you move into this new frame of consciousness, where you understand that you do create your reality, you understand that you have the power to create a reality of safety, and you actually tune into direct knowing experiences, or you could call that enlightening experiences. So the bottom line is that each individual can only get that knowledge from within. They can only get it from experience. Real knowledge is only experience, and you can only get it by tapping into your own greater being. Now, I will say that I've made tremendous progress along those lines in tapping into my greater being, and it's a gradual procedure where you start to tune into this new consciousness, a higher states of consciousness. You experience it. It starts to change you, and you sort of bounce back and forth. And I'm in that stage where there's not a day that goes by that I don't tune into these higher states of consciousness, but I also do bounce back into what Seth would refer as the official line of consciousness. This new consciousness, though, continues to grow by leaps and bounds, and yes, that has been happening to me, but no, I am not completely enlightened by any means.
But you're getting there.
I'm getting there. I'm on the way.
There you go. Rick, you're the publisher of a book entitled The Secret to Healing Cancer. A Chinese psychiatrist and family doctor presents his amazing method for curing cancer through psychological and spiritual growth. And the name of the author is Dr. Chen-Sheng Su. Tell me about this. How did you get involved with a good doctor?
All right, so the interesting thing about this guy is he was in medical school in Taiwan, and while he was there, he started studying metaphysics and New Age philosophy. He found the Seth Material, thought it was great, and studied it, and then he started to immediately, upon his graduation from medical school, he began to immediately incorporate these principles into his practice.
Wow.
And he was so successful, he became he went first. He was a medical doctor, then he became a psychiatrist. He became the head of the medical department at Taipei General Hospital, which is a big hospital in Taiwan. And he was so successful in treating people, he literally helped people cure themselves, and that's the way we phrase it. He didn't cure them; they cured themselves. With what I guess you would call it a psychological / spiritual therapy, in which they unlock the problems that are causing the illness within them, and they solve those issues, unblock the energy, so to speak, and we can go into the details of that. And then what happens is the immune system kicks back in, and it can heal just about anything. The immune system, and as some of your listeners may know about the Institute of Noetic Sciences, and the Institute of Noetic Sciences keeps a file of spontaneous remissions. And although spontaneous remissions are rare, so to speak, in literature, almost every single disease, though, has had spontaneous remissions. And those are just the ones that are recorded. So the human being has been capable of